Okay, next we're going to go into exponent laws. Okay, so these are some rules that help us simplify exponents because exponents they grow so quickly, they can become very, very large numbers and kind of hard to deal with. Yeah. So we've developed some rules that will help us simplify things so that we can equate them much quicker. So the first example is called the multiplicative rule. Okay, it has to do with multiplying exponents, so multiplying, we'll say. And it states that if the bases are the same, so I've used x to represent both,
yep,
and you're multiplying the exponents together, you can simplify by just writing the base by itself and adding the two exponents, a plus b. So an example of this would be 2 to the power of 4 times 2 to the power of 3. Well, I can simplify this by writing 2 to the power of 4 plus 3. And what is the power of 4 plus 3?
7.
That's right. So essentially this is equal to 2 to the power of 7. The next rule is a division rule. Okay, so I'm going to say division. And it's very similar. It says if the exponents' bases are the same and we're dividing them, we can simplify it into one base and just subtract the top exponent, so the numerator's exponent, from the denominator. So an example of this is, again, same two numbers, 2 to the power of 4 divided by 2 to the power of 3. We simplify it to 2 to the power of 4 minus 3. What is that equal to?
2 to the power of 1.
Just 2 to the power of 1.
Which is equal to 2.
Just 2, exactly. And then there's one more. It's called a power of a power. Okay, we're going to call it the power rule. And it has to do with just one exponent itself. This one is stated as an exponent to the power of another exponent can be simplified. We still write it as the original base, but instead what we do is we multiply
a and b.
That's right. So an example of this, let's use those same numbers, 2 to the power of 4 to the power of 3. How can this be written?
It can be written 2 to the power of 12.
That's right, 3 times 4, which is essentially
2 to the power.
Excellent. So let's go through one or two examples here. I'm just going to flip the page. So let's go through 2 or 3 examples very quickly. So very simply, I'm going to do this quick, okay? You're going to read them. You're going to help me out. 3 to the power of 2 by 3 to the power of 3. Which rule do we use?
Well, since the base is the same, all you have to do is add the two exponents.
So how would I write this?
So you would be 3 to the power of 2 plus 3.
Which is?
3 to the power of 5.
Excellent. And we could equate that from there too, but that's good. All we're trying to do is simplify exponents now. Okay? Example 2. I'm going to give us a tougher one. 5 to the power of 2 times 5 times 5 to the power of 2. How can I simplify this?
Now, first you have, since there are two numbers which are exponents and the base is the same,
yeah.
What you could do is simply work from the outside in.
Okay.
So you would do 5 to the power of 2 plus 2.
Great. Now I'm going to tell you a trick. 5 with no exponent actually has an exponent.
5 to the power of 1. Yeah.
Exactly. So how can I just simplify this into one base? What else could I add to this?
So 5 to the power of 5.
That's right. So we're just going to add
1
on the side there, right? So really this is 5 to the power of 5. So this rule can be written, it doesn't just have to be 2 terms, we can write it with 3 terms, right?
Yeah.
Done that one. Excellent. Let's try adding a rule to this. We'll do 2 here. Let's say I have, let's say it's example 3. I have 4 to the power of 7 divided by 4 to the power of nothing, 4 to the power of 3. And that's supposed to be power of 7. How can I simplify this?
Well, since the base is first 4 it can be written as 4 to the power of 1. So you simply subtract the exponents since the base are the same. So the 4 to the power of 7 minus 1 minus 3.
Great. Now, because of subtraction, we do have to do that in order. What is 7 minus 1?
6.
Minus 3?
3.
So 4 to the power of
3.
Excellent. Let's kind of put one in here that's using a couple rules. This is a fourth example. Let's say we have 3 over 4 to the power of 3 times 3 over 4 to the power of 2 divided by 3 over 4 to the power of 5. How can I simplify this?
Now, since the bases are all the same, all you have to do is, since it's multiplication, you would add the exponents.
Okay, so how would I write it?
3 over 4 to the power of 5.
Yeah, 3 plus 2, right? So that equals 5. And then
divided by 3 over 4 to the power of 5.
And how do I simplify that?
Well, they're the same number, so it's going to be 1.
Not quite. Simplify it for me. How can I write it as one base?
You can write it as, since the bases are the same, 3 over 4 to the power of 10.
I'm
not sure
adding.
because since you're subtracting, so 3 over 4 divided by 3 over 4 would be 5 minus 5, which is 3 over 4 to the power of 0, which is 0.
It's not 0. Any exponent to the power of 0 is actually 1. Okay. So anytime that comes up, this was good because it taught us another rule. Any exponent, so x to the power of 0, so any base to the power of 0 is always equal to 1, no matter what the number is. Okay. So that taught us an extra little rule. And then we'll finally jump into the very last one here, our final example. We'll call it number 5. I'm going to go 2 to the power of 2 to the power of 4. Now, look at this number 2. Is there an exponent, or is there supposed to be a power there?
The inside power is 2 to the power of 2, so that's what you have to work on.
Okay, but what could I even say to this power? Because that's technically outside of the bracket, that 2.
Yeah.
What's in here?
So 2 to the power of 1. So.
That's right, 2 to the power of 1. So what is that rule when we're doing powers of powers? How do we rewrite this?
You could, since the base is, there's just one base, all you have to do is, since exponents is technically repeated multiplication, you can just add the 1, 2, and the 4.
We don't add them. If you jump back up here, remember this rule. This is a power of a power. We don't add them. What do we do with them?
We multiply them.
So let's multiply them. So that becomes 1 times 2 times 4. So what do we get?
Will be 8.
That's right. 2 to the power of 8. Excellent. Okay. So those are exponent laws.